guys ever just have those like days or weeks or months where it just feels like everything is happening all at once? Hey guys, it's Kaylee. I am doing a day in the life today. It has been a really long time since I have kind of updated you guys on what is going on in my business, a little bit about my personal life, and yeah, a lot has happened, and I've not really had the chance to share that part of my journey on YouTube, which is really important to me to share what is going on and what changes that I'm making in my business. And I know that you guys really appreciate that too, but it's been a while, so let me update you. By the way, my mics are at the office, so the audio will get better here in a second once we get to the office, so just bear with me for just a second. So, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have been putting up content on YouTube still, but it has been far less than what I normally put up, and it has been kind of the same content over and over again, and I haven't been able to share really anything about what we are doing, and I thought today would be a great day to do that, take you along with me to the office to do some things that we are working on, for those of you that care about that sort of thing. I feel like my life has blown up in the last few weeks. I promise this is not going to be just a complaint fest for the entire video, but just for a couple minutes I'd like to share with you. But I have been going through a lot. I've just not been able to put in the amount of effort into videos, and which is sad because it's an artistic outlet for me. I'm very passionate about it, and I'm ready to get back into it. It's something I really love doing. I love helping people, and I love making content for YouTube. I have not been able to do it to the best of my ability lately because I have been dealing with a lot of stuff, including a lot of medical stuff. I know someone's going to comment on this. These are stitches. I got a mole removed. That's not the medical stuff that I've been dealing with. But without going into it in too much detail, life has just been really hard, and that's just life, right? You go through ups and downs. Things are hard. Some things are good. And all you can really do is plan that there is a lot of uncertainty in life, and you just have to take things on the chin and move on. So that's kind of where I'm at, and I feel like I'm over that slump of some of the medical stuff and some of the other things going on in my life, and I am ready to get back into it, reset, and refocus for the rest of this year. I'll tell you a little bit about my plans to do that here in just a moment when we get to the office. But in my personal life, that's a little bit about what's going on. I know that's vague, but if you've been feeling it being a little bit different on YouTube, that is why. I've just had to kind of rush content, make sure I get something up, because YouTube punishes you when you don't get something up. On a more positive note, some great things have also happened in my life. I've been keeping a little secret from you guys for about a week. Guess who's getting married? It's me! So Joe proposed to me, and I obviously said yes, so that's really exciting. And now, on top of my business, I also need to plan a wedding, or whatever that looks like for us. I think right now we are thinking about doing some form of like an elopement. We just aren't really people that like a bunch of attention on us and like being the focal point of everything. I know that sounds weird because I'm on YouTube, but it's just our personalities. I think we would rather get eloped on have a small beach ceremony somewhere for close friends and family if they want to come. I believe that weddings and things like that should be about the people that are getting married. And so for me, I'm just not a big fan of huge weddings. So that's happening, and I am trying to figure out what that's going to look like for us, how much it's going to cost. I thought weddings were expensive. Elopements are also expensive, at least the packages I've been looking at. If you guys have done a beach elopement somewhere and you have a company or a certain package that you'd recommend, drop them in the comments down below, because I'm just completely clueless. I have no idea where to even start, but I do have a rough idea of how expensive it would be to have a package like that, have everything taken care of, and then obviously flying there, driving there, staying there. you know, dresses, things like that. So that is an extra expense that I was not expecting to have. What I would really like to do is set up a goal for myself and be able to pay for it through reselling. I think one of the ways that I am going to do that, a goal I'm going to set for myself, is to get back onto Whatnot. I have been wanting to do Whatnot more regularly, but like I said, my life kind of blew up. So I am setting it now. I'm going to set 2 shows. Link will be down below in the description box if you're interested in going there, viewing my profile and bookmarking those shows and seeing when they are. I'm going to do one like a closet clear out just at my home, because Joe and I both have a ton of clothing that we basically need to sort through, and I'm trying to make my life simpler, and I just have way too many clothes. And I've had some people have some interest in doing a show like that, so I'm going to get rid of my clothes and probably also try to convince, you know, Joe to do some of his clothes. So we'll do that show, him and I together, at my home if you guys are interested. And I'm probably going to take most of the funds from that and reinvest it into wedding plans. And then I'm also going to do another show of some Free People, Anthropology, J. Crew stuff that I just have a ton of that we've been sitting on and trying to do a show at the office for a while and haven't been able to. So we are going to do that at the office with Nikki and or one of the girls. Guys, literally as I was making this video, my doctor called and wants me to come in for something. It's just like, oh my gosh, it never ends. I feel like I cannot get out of this slump. Anyways, back on the more positive stuff. I am looking into doing a couple of Whatnot shows. One, selling stuff out of my own closet. I don't expect stuff will go for much, but I know some people were interested in that. And then also some regular stuff at the office as well. So link will be down below for that if you're interested in bookmarking those and see if you can make it. And also if it's your first time signing up for Whatnot and you use that link down below, you'll get $15 off of your first purchase, which is a pretty substantial credit in my opinion. So all that is down below. You don't even have to use that on my show. It's just if you sign up through that link, you're going to get it to spend off of your first purchase no matter what show you're in. So that's a little bit about what's going on in the personal life. I'm going to go ahead and drive to the office because now I'm on a bit of a time crunch to make it to an appointment in time. And I'll check in with you guys on some more of the business updates and things that we are doing at the office. All right, so just got to, oh wait, I need my mic. Video should be a little bit better now. Good morning.
Good morning.
How many? Good. How many orders we got going out today?
I have no idea, but a bunch.
Yeah.
There were like almost 20 on eBay and I don't know, probably like 25 on Posh.
Oh, that's quite a bit. Yeah.
Decent amount for Friday. 12-piece bundle today.
Sales have been really, really slow for the last, like, I don't know, few weeks, but they started picking back up, what, like this week, you think? Or maybe last weekend?
Yeah, I think it was last weekend. I noticed them kind of dip back up, which was nice. So, not complaining.
Yeah. So that's looking up a little bit, and we honestly didn't do anything different other than maybe run a couple of sales during those slow weeks to try to move out some older items just to recoup some money and keep things steady. But as usual, the sales just go up and down. That's just reselling. Is this our bundle? Mm-hmm. Man, that is a lot of items.
You know, it's a lot, but I'm still excited for it.
Yeah.
I love packages.
Any guesses on if it's going to be 5 pounds and need upgraded or not? Because it kind of looks like it might be small enough.
Nah, it's going to be... $5.2 ounces.
That's really specific.
I'll let you.
Should I guess? I feel like I should guess. I'm going to guess. Oof. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be 4.5 ounces because there's 12 items, but there's like some smaller stuff in there. So we'll see. I'm gonna package it up right now and we're gonna find out. That's.
It's my fault. Sorry.
All right. This is the tricky part, making sure we get all of them in there.
Don't you cheat now.
No, I mean making sure.
I'm just saying, don't you cheat on that box. Don't you
Oh, no.
lighter than it is.
No, you can check my handiwork here in a second. What's OV?
Outdoor Voices.
Oh, okay. All right, it fit great.
It all falls on the floor.
All right, there's still some room in there. Should we put a thank you card?
Yeah. Gotta get all that weight in so it's over. I need to tape it a couple extra times too.
I'm taping it 3 across. Oh, that's pretty heavy. All right, let me turn this around.
All right, ready. We can't have any reason why. It's a lot legitimate. It is teared.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know.
It's heavy, huh?
Starting to kind of second guess myself. Wait, should we say what the thing was again? 5.2.
I think I said
and
like
4.5.
Yeah, I think I said 4.5.
Oh!
You were way closer.
So I have to upgrade it.
Yeah, that's still not a win.
Okay.
Still a great bundle though. At least it wasn't like upgrading like however much, like $10 like sometimes they are. Okay, so we'll upgrade that. Nikki's finishing the rest of the shipping. We got about a full Hulk in here and she's got a couple more things as well. Every day I come in the office, I feel like I bring stuff in and then I take stuff out. So this is what I brought in today. It is some needs wash stuff. This is an Arc'teryx jacket that was actually a return, and when it came back it was smelling like fast food, so nothing was wrong with it. I mean, it has flaws, but they were described. This is how dedicated Arc'teryx buyers are. See that like patch? And people bought it, so we're gonna relist it, but it didn't smell so great, so we're gonna relist that. And then this is an item that a lot of you were interested in from that trip haul I did. Isn't this so gorgeous? So I think I got all the spots out. Maybe not. There's still a couple, but you can barely tell, and it's such a gorgeous piece. So I'm going to put that back in that batch so it can get listed.
What do you do a item that smells like illegal drugs? You don't have to work. I just want you to
Did you have something like that?
Smell that thing. And it's dry clean only. It smells like somebody.
I don't think it smells like that. I think it's
a lot of marijuana.
Oh, no, that smells like cigarettes. Is it an expensive item?
it's Style Works.
It's not that expensive. Let's put it in I'll go grab a plastic bag, and because if not, we're going to end up throwing it away because no one's going to want to buy
Thank you.
cigarette. Do you know what batch this came out of, Nikki? I just, so that you know to look for it.
I'll have to look. It was one of these ones?
It'd be one of the ones I just had.
So whenever things smell like cigarettes, we put them in one of these bags, and then we take them home and see if we can get the smell out. Some things you can do. I've heard of people putting it in the freezer. I've heard of people using like vinegar water, and some other people spray it with vodka. To be honest, I don't know. I have to check and see how much this is going to sell for. It might not be worth all that effort to put it in, but if we can save it, we will try. But by putting it in the bag, then we don't have to worry about it getting and affecting the other clothes. So just like I was saying, bring stuff in, take stuff out every day. So one of our employees, I don't know if she wants her name said, but she brought me this. We were just talking about this because we just started paying one of our employees to do all the stuff that needs washed because, to be honest, it was driving me nuts. She offered, and then she mentioned this, and everyone was like, yeah, this is like the best stain remover. You can make your own laundry soap with it, and it's super cheap at Walmart, so I'm going to give this a try. How cheap was it?
It was like less than $2.
Oh my gosh. That's, oof. I'm already dropping it. That's awesome.
I like it because it's like, it doesn't leave like a bunch of residue on stuff, and it's not colored, so you don't have to worry about leaving like weird
Nice.
color stains. And it smells pretty neutral.
Yeah. All right. We're going to give this a try. Let me know if you guys have tried this down in the comments below. I'll try it on something that I own so that nothing bad happens. So Nikki's going to the post office. Like I said, today's kind of like a reset day. We've just got a lot of moving parts and things that are changing. So today's a Friday. I'm trying to get some of that done before next week. We are in the process of hiring. I know I mentioned to you guys we're having some trouble finding some people. The employee market is just not as good as it used to be. So we're very picky people. We just are, because we want to take the time to make sure we get the right person. But we do have a part-timer that started. She's been doing great. And then we just talked to somebody yesterday, actually a previous employee that's going to start working full-time again, which is great because we don't really have to train her. So that's awesome. And then we have some more interviews going on for either part-time or full-time. We're being kind of flexible right now with just everything going on, but I do need a lot of help here to be able to step out and do the things that I need to do. So Nikki's got some pre-screening calls today, which is something we do when we hire. We have like a step-part process. The first step is reaching out to the candidate and setting up a pre-screening phone call, which is just a really brief one. You guys might have done it if you've ever applied somewhere and they ask you a few questions. And this is really just to weed out anybody that's not going to show up, isn't responsible enough to show up for a phone call and remember the time. And honestly, just filled out like any weirdos and people who you can just tell over the phone are not going to make it. So she's going to be doing a couple of those today. I might be able to catch a small snippet of, what she's saying to the candidate and what questions we're asking, but hopefully those go great. And then if they pass the pre-screening interview, then we will schedule them for an in-person interview. Then we do a few things during that, but I'll see if I can catch a snippet of her talking to the candidate. What do you like about this candidate?
I don't remember yet.
Oh, we've been through so many.
Yeah, so let me look, and I'll tell you. I feel like he had a lot of warehouse-esque stuff. Let me look, and I'll tell you for sure. But obviously, through the interview process, I've been spending some time going through all the different candidates, looking at relatable work experience, and just like how active these people are, right? So if they're 25 and they've never had a job, I'm probably asking why. I've had a lot of those. The reason we do the pre-screening interview is honestly just to get a legitimate vibe of these people. So super brief, super straight to the point. Tell me about yourself. Let me tell you about the job. And honestly, it doesn't really go much further than that. But there's so many things that I learn in that short time frame from them. One of which just, are they relatable? Are they good at communication? And beyond that, the other thing is, I've actually had people say that they want a job that's less jobby, or that they quit a job because it was too difficult, it was too fast-paced, and those things kind of tell me that they're not going to be what I'm looking for. So I like to just kind of learn a little bit more about the candidate and what their relatable experience is, to really make that decision. This person had some, you'll remember now, had some relatable experience at places similar to where Kaylee and I used to work before. And they're a very fast-paced environment, and they're very, I don't want to say corporate structured, but they're very like customer facing and making sure that you really are making sure that the customers are super happy. They've also worked in a restaurant as a general manager, which tells me that, again, they're used to being fast-paced. They're good at working with others, or should be, at least, so we'll find out. And then they also worked in a machine shop as well. So, again, all pretty fast-paced, all productivity-based, so we'll see.
Awesome.
This is the first dude I've ever interviewed, so...
For this job.
For this job, yes. Not before, but normally men don't typically sign up for our jobs, which... I mean, I guess it's kind of give or take, but this guy's local, and I guess we'll see. To be determined.
I like that. We recently, I think the reason we weren't getting dudes was because we had it listed as like an e-commerce position. We found a lot more luck changing it to a clothing warehouse associate. So that might be a tip for you. We just found that having the more like warehouse mindset, people knew they were going to have to like do physical labor and work, and it was fast paced, and we found more success with that.
One is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1.
This is Nikki calling from Well-Traveled Clothiers, just reaching out for our scheduled 9 a.m. interview. If you could give me your phone call back. Have a great day. Bye. Every beep time. Every time. This is like the hardest part. So let me just give you the synopsis, guys. I send an email. I say, hey, thanks for your interest. I'm so excited to talk with you. Would you have some time for a phone call? 2:35 p.m. Okay? An hour and a half later. This sounds great. Friday morning is perfect. Okay? Fast forward. How about 9 a.m. on Friday? That's tomorrow. Does that work for you? Could you send me your phone number? Absolutely. 1 minute later. 1 minute. This is perfect. Here's my phone number. Call. Thank you for calling. Please leave a message after the tone. I will give him a minute or two. Maybe he just didn't recognize the number and panicked, which happens sometimes, and some people call back. But 9 out of 10 times they don't. So
what else is on your agenda today?
We have some wholesale calls upcoming this afternoon. I've got a PED this afternoon.
What's a PED?
A performance excellence discussion. So it's just a check-in with our new hire. Our one girl is about 6 weeks in. We gave her a little bit of extra time, which we normally do 30 days just because she's only part-time. But I'll print a form. It'll give us a chance to sit down and just kind of discuss how she's doing, what tasks she likes, what tasks she needs help with. And it gives us a chance to kind of give her neutral feedback without it seeming like aggressive. So we'll sit down and do that. And then, like I said, I have wholesale calls today. I've got 2 of those coming up. 2 hours. So that should be a lot of stuff, which we already have a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm.
That's why we need people, right? Yeah. to list it.
And then after that, I think I'm going to work on some resellers edge stuff. So I've got some Facebook posts that need to go out. I need to go through the Facebook group for the last couple of days and just see if people have questions or anything that we can help with. I like to spend time doing that kind of every couple of days. But yeah, I need to get some posts and stuff ready. So I'll be working on Canva and probably starting to think through some new modules to put up too. So.
Do you have any modules in the works that you're excited about?
Oh my god, there's so many. Let me see. I'll tell you my favorite because I've got a list. Because, I can't just pick one. The one I was most excited about, which is not coming quite yet because we're not right there yet, but was talking about doing inventory. So we've had a lot of people asking for a really long time, like how to do an entire inventory process. So I'm excited for that one. It looks like I'll be filming an inventory systems video this week or next week just on how to do an inventory system, how to set it up. So I'm excited for that. And then I'm also excited about an entire photographing module. So how to get the right lights, what lights to use, how to market your items in the right way. Like it's gonna be in depth, but it's gonna be great. So
yeah. How do you feel like the group is going so far?
I like it. I think it's been good. Honestly, the Facebook groups kind of surprised me. It's way more active than what I thought it was going to be. I think the one thing that we all talked about when we were really talking about the group was making sure that it was somewhere that there was like a good sense of community. And I think it normally takes quite a while to build that. And to be honest, we didn't really have to deal with that. Right. So everybody's super welcoming and kind of easy to join in with each other and answer each other questions. It's not a bunch of people posting and then just waiting on us to respond. It's a bunch of people all jumping in and offering insight to one another. And honestly, my favorite is the Zoom calls. We have that Wednesday accountability call, which you know how I feel about accountability, Keely. But I just like it. We have a chance to check in with everybody. It's nice that like our Zoom calls are long enough that we have a chance to physically call on like each person and get to know them better. And I mean, most of those people, I can tell you quite a bit about them because we've had a lot of time to interact. So it's been great.
Yeah, the group has been going really well. I just feel like it's super rewarding, honestly, because we've had a lot of, I guess I would call them testimonials or success stories already. I can pop a couple of them up here that are like kind of brief that somebody shared on the Facebook group. It's so rewarding to hear people on the group calls, like people who join in every single week, which you don't have to do that. You can just listen to the replays if you want or join in whenever you can. But we do have some people that are on every single like weekly call. And it's really cool to just watch their progress because we're able to offer advice in the moment one week. And then the very next week they're on the call and then we're able to say, okay, so how did you apply that? Like, how did it work? Things like that. And it's been just super awesome and rewarding, and I feel like I've said it before, but I just feel like I'm in the right place. So and hopefully everybody else feels like they're in the right place too, but it's been awesome. I think what I am going to do, the only thing I have on my to-do list for the group is checking in on the Facebook group, making sure no one has questions, and also checking in on a recent question that I asked on the group, which was we want to make sure that the group is there for someone at any level of their reselling business, whether they're beginner, whether they're advanced. We do have a mix of that. We have people doing 6 figures already. We have a lot of beginners, but we want to make sure somebody at any level can get something from it. So we are considering doing an advanced sellers call, but we want to make sure there's enough interest in the group. So I made a post, asked if they want to do like a 5K or 10K call for people who have already reached those levels of sales and wanted to do a more like in-depth, more complicated question Q&A and some topics. So I'm waiting to hear back on that. We've got some great responses so far, but going to check in on that and see if it's a viable option, or maybe we should wait a little bit until we get some more people in. Something else I have to do on a pretty regular basis to keep up with everything is just go through emails, anywhere from like right here in this email, I've got stuff about maintenance on our lease space. We've got some outlets that aren't working. We've got some breaker boxes that are kind of acting up. Wholesale stuff. Some people do not do video calls with us and they send us lists that we comb through and then highlight stuff that we want and just do it kind of like a list and picture version. So I've got a couple people I need to do that with. I've also seen some wholesalers that I'm not familiar with but are in Shelly's group that have started their own websites where you can purchase things through their websites for resale. So I'm going to check into some of that today and see if it'd be worth our time to kind of keep an eye on it on a week-to-week basis. But I found someone I think might be pretty good. I saw some stuff going for some good prices. And then just the usual stuff like checking in on sponsorships, figuring out when supplies are getting delivered, all that good stuff. I've got some exciting sponsorship deals coming up soon. One of them is for a printer. It is not the Rollo brand, but I am very excited about trying it out, and you guys will be seeing that come up pretty soon. I'm actually about to send something we typed out, anything that we do frequent responses for every single time, like customer question responses on eBay, like what to do if somebody sends you a lowball offer. I have that response already typed out professionally so that it's stress-free. I can just copy and paste it, and that saves us a ton of time and stress. But I also have the same thing for things like sponsorship deals, and also right now I'm dealing with a potential brand new wholesaler. So we have all that information typed out and we can just copy and paste it. And just a little tip for you, I think it's totally worth it to spend the time up front to type out those responses. You're gonna do it anyways. When the time comes, why not make it stress-free so you can just copy and paste. So as I mentioned, we're about to hire some people, which means that we don't have enough space here for desks, and we also don't have enough photo stations. So let me show you guys what I'm thinking, because we are probably about to rearrange this office next week. So we have all of these desks here. I have enough for the person that we committed to hiring, but we are still hiring, like I said. And so when one more person gets hired, I'm not going to have enough desk space. So I have to find a way to condense everything this way and make room for some more desks. Otherwise, I am going to have to be the Lone Ranger and move my desk like over here in the corner or something. But something else we're thinking of doing is because we don't have enough photo stations. We have a photo station over here. We have a photo station here, but we need at least one more. So what we're thinking of doing is taking this cluttered back area, like all of this stuff, and pulling that out to make an identical photo station there. So there'll be a table like over here, but that means we have to find room for all of this stuff. So we are considering moving the bulk stuff here and all of this stuff up to the front, where all of this space is currently kind of disorganized. I mean, it's organized, but it is not, it's not easily accessible, and we feel like there's a better way. The girls mentioned taking these and putting them in the back corner, which I think I might do, but we just have so much stuff and it's getting really cluttered. Things are getting really tight, but we're gonna make the most out of the space that we have. And hopefully soon I'll be able to take most of that inventory and condense it down. I'd like to honestly get rid of like a couple thousand, which I know sounds like a lot, a couple thousand at least pieces of clothing in the boxed inventory, to just make space, knock out a couple of shelves, and honestly just make life easier, get rid of those older items, flush them completely out, and move forward with only picking up things we feel really, really good about, and hopefully we'll sell quicker so that we don't end up with all of this inventory, which I feel like every reseller goes through. I've just taken a little bit longer to flush them all out. I continue dropping prices every month, but I haven't really figured out at what point I stop and things get out of the inventory in total. Something else that's been new is List Perfectly. It just came out with their beta extension version, where they include auto delist, which is super exciting. They're definitely still working out some kinks, which is why, you know, it's in beta testing. But I've been able to test it out, and I have been able to get it working, which has been awesome. I still have to do some check-ins, and there's definitely some things that need to be fixed still, but for the most part, it does catch and delist my items. One big issue I've noticed is I had List Perfectly on like every computer in here, because when the girls make a mistake on something, we have them go back and correct their own listings, which means they have to correct it on eBay and they have to correct it on List Perfectly. And if for some reason it also got pushed to Poshmark, they have to correct it on all of those platforms. So every computer has access to List Perfectly, which means the extension's downloaded on everything. What I learned is that if sales detection is on any other device, it messes this up. So I still have List Perfectly downloaded as an extension, but I now only have the sales detection turned on this one tablet/laptop, which has been working out really well. And then as you can see, this little status button here tells you if there's an issue. It turned red, so that means there's an issue. So like I said, there's still some kinks. Like this one just sold, and for some reason it wasn't able to find it on eBay. That is probably because there is, oh, another sale. Probably because there is an offer sent out on eBay, and for some reason it now can't detect the item when it has offers on eBay now. So that's something I've been dealing with. I'll just go and manually delist that real quick. But you can also see in the completed section that it is taking down most other things, which is really, really awesome. Hopefully they get those kinks worked out and it'll just delist everything, but it's making my life easier so far. That's a little bit about what is going on here at the office. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching. I hope you enjoyed some of the updates. If you guys have any idea, for those of you that know how the office is set up and have watched the like inventory tour and all that stuff, have any ideas or tips on how to condense some of this stuff and find more space? I am struggling. I know that I could probably extend these rows and make it really tight, but just having space feels good. So I'm trying to find a way to do that and condense stuff, but let me know down in the comments below. Again, don't forget those Whatnot shows are coming up, so go ahead and bookmark those if you guys are interested. Thanks so much for supporting me and this channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.